Whether you have an existing beauty salon, spa, nail bar, or hair salon, or if you're about to start one, you're about to change your life. Watch this video, get some ideas, and I think it'll work for you. You know, we got here 16 years ago, got to Canada, and we didn't know our way around. We'd never been here before. So the only way we could find our ways around was using a map. We'd have these old map books and maps that we'd open up in the car, and we'd go through these maps, and the maps eventually would tear, and they'd get all graunched up, and we'd get lost. It was snowing, it was raining, roads all going different directions, big city, and you get frustrated using a map. And after a while, you know, you get frustrated, you show up late for your appointment, you start fighting with your wife, you get there all stressed, and that's not a good way to get there. Plus, what's really important about business, as you know, is that time is money. So now we have GPS. And this morning, coming on my way to this appointment, it took me about an hour to get here. What did I do? I programmed the GPS, put on some nice music, sat back, and the GPS got me right here. And when I thought I should go left, sometimes the GPS told me to go right. After all, there's 10 satellites telling him which way to go. It's fantastic to deal with GPS. And we want to be your success GPS in your salon or spa. Now, what is this current situation that we're in? The current situation that you face right now can be pretty scary, whether you're starting or whether you have an existing successful salon. There's a lot of competition, growing competition from investor immigrants, downsizing, money laundering, shortage of jobs, and you can see salons and spas popping up everywhere. Everywhere you look, there seems to be a spa. There's more spas and salons than there are Starbucks. This results in price cutting, lower profit margins, and all sorts of things that we shouldn't have to deal with, and you don't. So it's hard to get and keep good people. And desperate people tend to do desperate things like using Groupon. Groupon is not necessarily a good thing. In fact, it's not a good thing. The owners are working harder and harder for less and less. And we have ups and downs in cash flow. So you have seasonality, chicken or feathers, feast or famine. When it's good times, we save money. When it's hard times, we use up our savings. So we don't want that up and down roller coaster of cash flow. And these are some of the situations that we're facing. We find it very difficult to differentiate ourselves. And there's no systems to get good referrals from happy customers. Also, advertising tends to get more and more expensive and more risky. It's like gambling. You're doing better off taking your money down to the casino than advertising in most cases. And what used to work doesn't work so well anymore. The economy has changed. The world has changed. People have changed. There was no social media a while back. Everything seems to have changed. So it's harder to get good employees, good stylists, beauty practitioners, professionals, harder to get good estheticians and cosmetologists. And when we do get one, they tend to hold us for ransom, don't they? If they're good producers, they tend to call the shots because they know that we need them. So it's really important for us to be aware of this is the kind of situation that we're facing. And if you haven't faced it, these are the kind of things that you will be facing. Also, we have rising overhead, rent, products, wages, even smaller profit margins than ever before. And with this situation, we're working harder and we're earning less. The recession makes people more and more careful how and where they spend their money. And as I said, our best stylists are calling the shots now. They're saying, you know, you need me more than I need you. So what do? Desperate people tend to do desperate things. These are some of the solutions that we find for this difficult situation that we find ourselves in. The first thing that we tend to do is to hard sell or upsell our clients. And this loses us our best clients. When you start hard selling and upselling and increasing prices or decreasing prices to keep up with the competition, you might as well shoot yourself in the head because that's what you're doing, right? We're paying more and more for risky advertising, and we hire flakes who make wild promises and sell us gimmicks, and they don't understand our business. So you get somebody coming along and say, you just have to get involved with Pinterest or LinkedIn or whatever it is, and this will change your life, and they're charging you an exorbitant amount of money, and a lot of the time it doesn't work. Now, all of these things do work when they're put together properly by somebody that understands your business, but not by some flake who's understood one thing and thinks this is the magic bullet for you. And we tend to waste a lot of time in networking meetings with other broke people. A lot of the people that show up in networking meetings are broke, self-employed salespeople. They can't afford our services. So we need to understand that time is money. And when you're going along to one of those group networking meetings, there are other alternatives. Nothing wrong with networking, but be careful with whom you network and how you network. So networking meetings are not necessarily the magic bullet either. And you find a lot of Groupon groupies there. We work harder and harder for less and less, and we tend to lay off our employees, and we tend to end up doing their jobs to save money. So while we're trying to run the business, we're working in the business. Working in the business instead of on the business, as you know, that's not a good thing to do. We end up with a job instead of a business, and you can't sell a job. Now, you know, and I know, that the best way to run a business is to set it up to sell the business in the end. And you can't sell a job. All this does is create a worse and worse downward spiral. And the downward spiral in business is something you want to avoid at all costs. Now, here's the question. What would happen if you started to fix this thing 6 months ago? What would happen if a year ago you met me and my team came along and started helping you to solve your problem? I think your life would look very different, don't you? See, as I mentioned earlier on, we have a GPS for your success. And after 26 years in your industry, which included my experience as Salon Development Director for Redken, Weller, and Goldwell, we tend to know what's going on. We've been working in your business for a long time. We know what works, and we know what doesn't work. Worked with thousands of employees and owners, and developed a proven system to get you from where you are to where you want to be. Now, the first thing we do is we have 8 specific steps, backed up by another 52 steps. So we have a total of 60 systems that we can draw on. And just like the GPS, everybody's situation is different. So this is not a cookie-cutter situation. This is taking you, depending on your circumstances, your needs, and exactly what your resources are, taking you from where you want to be to where you want to go. And the first thing we do is to fill the beds and chairs in your salon or spa. That's number one. Once it is full, the second step is to put our team together to help you to create an exceptional experience. This is an exceptional experience for your clients because people remember the experience more than the products they bought or what they spent. So the second step after filling all the beds and chairs is to create that special experience that people don't forget. It sets you apart from your competition. And we do everything that I'm talking about with no cost or risk, no implementation cost. Third, we create multiple additional income streams for you. We show you how to do that, and all of these multiple additional income streams are in the form of commissions from other businesses, all at 100% profit. Now, the beauty of that is the average salon or spa operates on about 5% profit. We create additional income, back-end income, at 100% profit. Now, just imagine if you had another 10 income streams coming into your business at 100% each, and all of them were at no cost, no risk, and no time. And that is what we do. We fill the salon, then we create a wonderful experience for the people that are there. In addition to that, we create the back-end income. And using all three together, you can double your profits. Question is, how long will it take? That depends on you. The enthusiasm and speed at which you implement these ideas, even though there's no cost or expense to implementing them and no risk, that's up to you. Our systems are predictable, easy to implement, and easy to understand. No contracts and no risk. Your only fee is our coaching fee, and you can stop at any time. There's no contract, you're not locked into anything, and having said that, I've had clients that have been with us for years. You can have a look at firstclasshairsalon.com for more information and check out the testimonials there from real clients. Put yourself on the fast track to success. Contact us today to arrange your complimentary, no-obligation interview on the phone or Skype. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Let's talk again about this GPS. Just imagine, bearing in mind that time is money. Always remember, next time you look at your watch or you see a clock, time is money. So let's bear in mind that if you started now and you worked with the right people and the right GPS, you could change your life pretty quickly. We offer you that GPS. We don't have the 10 satellites, but we have 26 years and a group of dedicated people who understand your business. I'd like to end off with Paul J. Meyer's great slogan and motto, which I have in my life. Whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, sincerely believe, and enthusiastically act upon must inevitably come to pass. This is Robin Elliott for firstclasshairsalon.com.